We will be able to do the most complex parts, not only that this business has ever seen, but maybe that has ever been designed. Yeah, certainly. So I've been here for 13 years now, and my role is Business Development Director. So in my day-to-day, I'm trying to set the strategy really for where we should be heading. What technologies do we need? What people do we need? What market should we be targeting? So having been in a business for 13 years, I've come through different engineering disciplines, and it's given me great exposure really to all of the different capabilities we have. So my role is piecing those things together and trying to give a real strong value proposition to our customers to help them ease their supply chain needs and give them a streamlined process really. The project started back in, believe it or not, 2021. So I had a phone call, the phone rang one random day, and it was a guy called Ben Penny at Rolls-Royce. And he phoned saying, I've got a really exciting project we're about to start. Do you want to try and get on board, and do you want to make some fun castings? We need new supply chains that are prepared to work in an agile, fast manner, and are you up for the challenge? So I just said, yes please, I'll give it a go. And after that, so then we did, from that very first phone call, within 3 weeks, we made probably one of the most complex castings we'd ever made on site. From the start to finish was 3 weeks delivery of that part. So we passed the first test. So we then went on a program that was called Orion at the time, now known as Orpheus in Rolls-Royce. That's in the public domain. And we were one of the new SMEs onboarded on that to try and create a new agile way of working. So which is fast-paced development, taking an engine from complete blank piece of paper to a working engine in 18 months. So breaking all the records of what Rolls-Royce would normally do. So our business is used to working in those very demanding. So oil and gas, food processing, glass sector, all very demanding, high pace, and that's kind of our day to day. So when an aerospace customer asks us to do it, it's kind of a known. It's where we already know what we're doing. So over that period of that project, we proved ourselves as being capable, worthy, trustworthy, all of our core principles. And so we developed the engine, project was achieved, but in doing that, we had some setbacks. So some of the parts we made, we didn't quite have the kit we needed, this furnace being one of them. So we were trying to make things work, coming up with different innovative solutions. And in the end, what we realized is we need a big vacuum casting furnace to be making this on. So that really started the business case. But we could see that there were other major aerospace primes then that were needing, and small, non-primes as well, needing parts, and there was a lack of capacity in the market. So we started to formulate a business case really then for our owners, seeking sponsorship from the MOD and a partner in Rolls-Royce to come and deliver this. So we did a pitch presentation. We managed to get some funding and the support of the Defence and Security Accelerator. And that really then where we are today. And I've stood on this vacuum casting furnace, which is probably from the point of project getting a green light to being stood here today is 18 months probably. So really fast pace from having no large vacuum furnace to one of the largest in the UK, if not Europe. As an engineer, this couldn't excite me more. So you've got, I'm just going to nerd this out a little bit, you've got complete process control when it comes to your pouring. Everything is recorded. We will be able to do the most complex parts, not only that this business has ever seen, but maybe that has ever been designed. So for me, our ability to serve customers in that way and give them that fast-paced service that they just don't seem to get elsewhere out there in the market, it's a huge sense of pride and satisfaction. But equally, it's vital to our success. So you started asking what this means to me, but I guess it's not so much my legacy, but it's Wall Colmonoy's legacy that I've contributed in. So we've been around a long time, and the only way we're going to continue to be around a long time is by adapting and evolving to the changing environment around us.